Good morning, fishing friends, and welcome back to the Bass Fishing Brian YouTube channel. First and foremost, I need to get something out of the way. I want to thank my local Cabela's crew, Jarrett and Jenna over there at Cabela's. Number one, Jarrett is a helpful dude in the fishing department over there. If you are in Charleston, West Virginia, and you need some help or some gear, go see Jarrett up at Cabela's. And if you have any issues with your product, Jenna is impeccable at customer service. I have had issues with rods and with recently with a backpack zipper blowing out, and they have always been super cool about returns or exchanges or anything of that nature, especially on a Bass Pro Shops product. So that being said, in this video, it is going to be my first instructional video on how to upgrade your split rings, change your split rings, and change your stock hooks from a regular round bend to an EWG treble hook. The supplies you will need is a pack of, for a DT6 size bait, you will need a size 6 short shank EWG treble hook. That's what I use. Whether you want to use the Gamakatsu ST330407s, or you can use the Fletcher Shryock size 6 EWG treble hook, which that's what I have. These are the size 4s. These are for bigger baits, but for this video we'll be doing the size 6s. You can go to your local Bass Pro Shops and get you a pair of Bass Pro Shops split ring pliers. The split ring plier part functions fine. The braid cutter, not so much. I've definitely had better. I recommend the Cuda scissors. They cut really good. And you will also need what I use is the Bass Pro Shops XPS number 3 oval nano coated split rings. They look like they're nano coat or metal coat of some sort, but they look powder coated to me. They're not the regular silver metal color. So I will at least list or link the products needed down in the video description that you will need to perform this task on any of your, let's say, 1.5s, or in this case we'll be doing it on a pair of Rapala DT6s. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I got out my little grid table, so you can just use it for a reference. This is just a little container that I keep some of my hooks in when they're already out of the package. So we'll get us out 4 hooks. That's 2, and that's 4. Which I will be restocking that here shortly. And also open the split ring bag here and get out 2 of these. Man, they weren't playing when they package these bad boys up. So we'll get out 2 of these. One. And 2. Alright. Move these over here. I'm just trying to keep everything in the frame so you guys can see what's going on here. And we will start with, now what I like to do is I like to get them both out, and I'll strip down both at the same time to get them to the point to where I want to add the new hardware. So we'll get the other one out. I probably won't be reusing these boxes, so I do use the pegboard system though, so I try to keep the original packaging in as best shape as possible. That way I can hang stuff back up, because I have a problem with buying tackle, guys. I'm running out of storage space here, so what I do is I'm going to start with the main line tie split ring. So I find that part, and all you do is you take your split ring pliers there, and you go to that spot where you can, the weak spot I was telling you about, and you just press down in the middle with that little point, and then start to work your way around. No need to be in a hurry. Just work your way around. Work your way around. Okay, that's one down. As far as line tie goes, at least. Set that off to the side. Now we'll go to the baby smallmouth. And we will repeat the same process. Work your way around. Set that guy over to the side. Okay. So now we're going to get to removing these stock hooks. Now some folks, and I've had this argument, well, I wouldn't call it argument, I've had this debate. Now some instances I will leave the stock hooks on for at least one fish catch, depending on what stock hooks come with it. Are they a regular round bend, or are they EWG? So this being Rapala products, these are VMC hooks. They are the low end mass produced VMC short shank round bend. So I have no use for them. There have been more times than less that I have either forgot to change my hooks on a crankbait that I had just bought, or just got lazy and was gonna go fishing within hours of the purchase and just didn't have time or make time to change the hooks, and I've lost fish, or I've just lost fish, or I'd go to set the hook and I wasn't getting any penetration. So rather than rolling the dice with the whole luck of the draw, if you're going to get some actual sharp hooks out of the package, I choose to change them off the rips before I even fish them. So just like we did with the main line tie split ring, that's how you want to remove the hooks. Now what I do with these hooks is I grab them and I turn and I chuck them in my garbage can, because I'm not gonna ever have any use for them. I'm not just gonna have them cluttering up my tackle, and I just pitch them. I just get rid of them. So I think it will be easier to replace both main line tie split rings first. So you just want to crack the oval. It's just like the circle ones, but they're a little harder to get started. So what I do is I hold the bait like this, and then I make that gap, and I try to line it up so I can let go, and there you have it. It's already started. So now I just got to keep working it. Keep working it. Keep working it around. Keep working it. Keep working it. Keep working it, and then you'll hear it click. That click right there. Now see, you don't have any, you know, it's flush, it's in there how it's supposed to be. I hope you guys can see that. But there's no issues with it going through, you know, where the split ring attaches to the bill itself. So you always check to move it back and forth first. And now I'll do the other bait. So we'll grab our trusty split ring here. I've never done one of these like instructional videos, so please bear with me. It's probably it's all a learning experience for me. I'm just trying to share with you guys how I go about doing this. So I'll get it started. Now I can let go. As you can see, right there it started. So now I can start working it around. Work it around. Work it around. Work it around. There's the click. Now we'll check it. Move back and forth. You can see there's nothing, you know, it's closed all the way. There's nothing gonna catch or anything like that. You can flick it around to make sure. I don't know why Rapala hasn't, why they're so late to the party as far as using these oval split rings. I don't get it. Strike King uses them, Lucky Craft uses them. I don't know why Rapala is late to the party, but they are. So to me, it is worth buying, you know, spending the extra $3 and getting the ovals. I mean, I've literally sat here for hours and went through, you know, a couple boxes of hard baits and did this to all of them. So now we're going to do the hooks. I like to do the hardest one first, which is the belly hook. And you will, you know, you're going to have to toughen up on your hands because you will be feeling the hook points. There's just no way around it. Same principle. You want to grab, you know, hold on in a safe place because these are sharp. And you want to get it started. See, now it's started. You can see that started, and then you just want to work it around, grab it, and feed it through, and grab it, and feed it through. Okay, so we got one. We got the belly hook out of the way. So now let's do the tail. So what I do is I kind of like stand it on the bill itself. As you can see, the bait standing on the bill, and that just helps me to be able to get that initial split. I'm gonna grab my tail treble hook here, get it lined up, and as you can see right there, it started. I can hold the bait by the hook with the split ring, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing. Keep working it around, keep working it around, keep working it around, keep working it around, and it clicked. So now our old school DT6 is complete with an oval line tie split ring instead of the old crappy circle, and we have EWG treble hooks. They are on the right way, as you can see. When this thing will be, ouch, coming through the water, you can see this belly hook is going to only leave one hook point down when it's coming through the water, which means less hang-ups in grass or whatever. And yeah, it's such a fun way to catch not only bass but any game fish, man. Cranking, because you know you're bringing a moving bait through there, and all of a sudden, boonk, it stops, and your rod loads up, and the fight is on. So I'm just going to repeat the same process on this baby smallmouth. I'm going to split her open, do the belly hook first, grab my treble, bring it over here, get it started. As you can see, it started, and then just work it around, work it around, work it around, work it around, and work it around. So that's one down. So now we'll do the tail. So again, I'm going to stand it up on the bill, bring the area that you can split it open, the split ring open, to the top, crack her open with the old split ring pliers. As you can see, it's open. See right there. And I'm going to take my treble hook here and get it started. Now you can see it started. I can lift the bait off the ground. It started. So now I'm just gonna move it up, keep working it around, and that click means you're done. So now we have two DT6s with replaced circle to oval line tie split rings, and we took the stock hooks off and threw them in the garbage and put on some American made Fletcher Shryock Eagle Claw laser sharp EWG treble hooks. One thing I will say, you can go the extra mile and buy the owner hyperwire split rings that you can swap out here. But I will admit, no matter what brand I've thrown, I've never had the stock hook split rings fail. I've had some line tie ones fail that were stock of these, the circles, but never the hook ones. Just saying. I'm just saying. You can't go the extra mile and get a pack of the hyperwires. I think the, size 3 would be, it's either size 2 or 3. Don't quote me on that. You might have to do a little bit of your own research to figure that out. But that's all there is to it, guys. You just took a bait and made it a lot more efficient. These hooks are sharp. Be careful. Let your rod load up. Make sure your drag is right, and let your gear do the work. I mean, there really is no need to go crazy with the hook set. All you got to do is reel down and sweep. So again, guys, like I said, this is my first whack at an instructional video. A few things I forgot to mention. When you are doing a 1.5 size bait or a DT 6, you want to use a size 6 treble hook. Whether you use the Eagle Claw, Lazer Sharp, EWG, Fletcher Shryock, where you can get a 15 count. Don't ask me why it's a odd number, but 15 count pack for $5. I've never had them hooks fail. They stay sharp for a few fish catches, and they are EWG treble hooks. Or you can get the Gamakatsu in a size 6 that will suit a 1.5 size square bill, a DT6 size crankbait. I don't know the millimeters exactly on those, but the catalog number for the Gamakatsu short shank EWG treble is 330407. Right there. You only get 1, 2, 3. I believe there was 8 hooks in this pack, but they are worth it, that's for sure. And for your bigger baits, like your 2.0s, or let's say a rattle trap or something, you want to go with the size 4. You can see the difference in the hook size here. This is your size 6. Hope the camera can pick that up. And this is your size 4. Bigger the number, smaller the hook. Smaller the number, bigger the hook. And if you, now one type of hard bait that I will definitely suggest to be careful with is a jerk bait. Those, what you want to do on the front, you want to do on the back with the exact same hook. I wouldn't mix brands, because then you're talking about different weights, different gauges of wire strength and all that, which can take a finely tuned jerk bait and make it out of tune, make it function improperly, whether you'll be nose up or nose down on the paws. I mean, it's a whole different realm when you start talking jerk baits. So I would just be very careful. I would definitely, if you have like a postal scale or any way to measure the hooks you take off, and then find a pair of hooks, or do some research and see which hooks people use to replace on a, let's say, Vision 110, or something along those lines of the more higher end Jack Aubrey range or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful when you go to change your hooks on a jerkbait. What you want to do for the front, you definitely want to do for the back, and maybe even test it. If you got your little fish tank or whatever, it's always a great way to test your bait and see which way it'll sit. I mean, Mike Iaconelli does it. You're not a weirdo if you have a test tank. Let's see. I will, if I can dig up the links, I will post them down below. If not, I will at least list the products needed for changing your split rings and hooks. At least the products that I use on my hard baits. They are affordable. There are rare instances where I use the Mustad, KVD, what is it, the triple grip or whatever. Excuse me. But I like the ones that the boys over at Eagle Claw made. It's an American made product, and it is an affordable product, and for the price, they are good hooks. I mean, I'm paying $5 for a 15 pack, so that means I can change the hooks on 7 baits and have one hook left over, if you're talking about a 2-hooked bait. So that works out for me. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you want more instructional videos. I apologize again if things went out of frame for a second or two or whatever. I am working with the GoPro Hero 7. I cannot upgrade any sort of media package on it. It is what they call a grab and go camera. It's got a built-in microphone, so I can't add anything to it. You guys with Hero 8s, more power to you. With that being said, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this on all your social media platforms. And I hope this helped you guys out to be able to get into crankbait fishing if you are not. It is a great way to cover water. My buddy John always says, you gotta remember, big fish eat littler fish that eat littler fish that eat, it's a food chain thing. So it makes sense to me. That's why I like to throw swim baits and I like to throw crankbaits. So with that being said, please don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know when I upload a new episode. And this is Bass Fishing Brian, out for now.